Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. It's time to dust off those resumes, don your khakis and polo shirts, and review the company manual, because today we're competing head-to-head to draft the best team of video game characters to start a company. But first, some introductions are in order. I am your host, Josh, and joining me, he is the CEO of his own company, but he's not quite sure what an accountant and a manager do. It's Ryan.
All I know is my boss is a jerk.
Yes. she's got a lot of rules, man. Oh, Sarah doesn't listen to this, does she?
No, not
okay,
anymore.
Good. Whew, sorry. You know I love you, Sarah.
Gosh, no.
And joining us, he may love Disney, Nintendo, and other mega corporations, but at least he doesn't love Ubisoft. It's John.
I have to tell you guys, I feel so supremely confident in this episode.
Yeah, you know.
You know who else felt confident?
Yeah.
Ace on the indie episode.
Oh, or, hey, our buddy DK Matt on the wrestling episode.
Yep.
How
True.
many people have thought this is my wheelhouse? It's my wheelhouse. And then they get smoked in these drafts, man.
True. I do have to bow to your guys' experience. You might have me in the.
I hope we
experience
snake
part
one of his,
it.
Josh.
Oh,
Either one of us.
Oh, yeah. So,
I've got two that I'm worried about for sure.
oh, man. So, all right. So, listen, welcome in, first of all, everybody. We have a very fun episode for you. We love these drafts, dude. These are kind of like, it's just a fun, dumb thing that we do. We try to find the silliest, just stupid ideas, and then we kind of go head to head with each other to draft these teams to put together whatever the topic is. And honestly, man, these wind up being so much fun. We have challenged, people, listeners of the show, fans of the show, guests that we've had on and things like that. And, I say it all the time. Everybody thinks like, oh, this is going to be so easy until you get sniped or somebody steals your pick or you're like, dude, I should have taken that guy. And now you start tilting and everything falls apart at that point, man. And so these are always a really good time. This one, Ryan, you came up with this idea, man. I don't know if you were feeling businessy one day or what, but you were like, dude, let's make a company and you got to use video game characters for it. So the rules of this draft are we have to draft a CEO, an accountant, a manager, and then two just general workers. And however you want to spin those positions is up to you. We are not building any specific corporation or business geared towards something, so there's some leeway there on what you want to build out as well. I have a good list that I have put together that I am rather excited about. There are a couple characters I'm like, dude, I better not, they can't snipe me on this. But, this is going to be a neat one because, listen, we have always tried to make it where we can't just pick Lara Croft, Kratos, Master Chief, and some of these most iconic people. And this draft, I'll be honest, I'm not seeing it, man. So we don't have to ban any picks. We don't have to do any of that, but creativity is absolutely going to come into play on this one. So we're going to get to that in just a second, but oh my goodness, boys, do we have some people to thank today? I mean, listen, we always say, hey, we need the support of our listeners. People can sign up to support this podcast and keep it going. And one of the ways that we say thank you is a shout out on the show. And we got some people to shout out, man. This has been an epic week for us. So a big thank you to Brett Hutchinson, El Capo di Soldati, and Mike Germanio, who all signed up for rare status. We have the Zombie Trick, who signed up for epic status. And then somehow, some way, two of our longtime listeners, awesome members of our community, realized that we had spots open in our legendary tier, which we did not even know were open.
Speaking of sniped.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
And so, I mean, listen, we love you, gents, but a huge thank you to Hypnotic Pyro and Panzerfaust Ali for signing up for legendary status.
Yeah.
And And listen, a deal is a deal. The perks remain. We said long ago that if you signed up Legendary, you got to hijack a host and make one of us play a game of your choosing. And, just because we're dumb and we didn't realize that there were spots open, we are men of our words. We're going to honor that. And we'll find out soon enough what game they're going to pick for who to play. But we are going to have some hijack a hosts coming up, too. So
will Ryan get picked for the 6th straight time?
Okay.
Find out.
Well, number one, I hope so. And maybe I have been doing some covert operations to try to get you to have to
collusion.
Play like Elden Ring
No
or something.
collusion. What are you doing?
I'm just saying, you got to give the people what they want, man. So listen, thank you to everybody for supporting this show. If you are a supporter of the show, we wouldn't be here without you. If you would like to support this show, there's a link in the episode description. It's an easy tap of that link, and before you know it, you can be a supporter as well, and be bringing the best gaming podcast in the world to more people. So Thank you, all of you, for that. Guys, you guys ready to get into this draft?
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So we randomized this using our all sentient AI to just randomize this draft order because this does come into play, man. Sometimes there is a pick where you were like, there is an obvious winning pick here at the first choice. So the draft order is going to go Ryan, me, and then John. And to keep things fair, we do it in a snake draft. So it will then go John, me, and then Ryan, rinse and repeat until we have filled all of these positions. Let's go, boys. Let's do it. Ryan, you're up. You've got, okay, so one more reminder. You have to fill a CEO spot, an accountant spot, a manager spot, and then 2 workers. I'm curious to see where Ryan's going to start on this one. Ryan, take it away, buddy.
Well, I think a lot of people would think when you're building something, you got to start at the top. I'm gonna go right for the head of the company with the CEO. I want somebody who is coldly efficient, hyper intelligent, and always in control. I'm going with GLaDOS from Portal for my CEO.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I have GLaDOS on my list.
Yep.
But I did not pick her to run the company. She's too selfish, man. She's only going to care about GLaDOS and GLaDOS only. Your company's going to be making minimum wage while the CEO's buying Lamborghinis and Ferraris and
so
and
it'll
then
be
laying
Nintendo?
off 200 people. Yeah.
Nintendo or Microsoft.
Low blow.
Oh, man. GLaDOS to lead the company. Now she is really smart. And as we know from Portal, she is also very dedicated, stubborn, a little lethal, a little crazy.
Not rational though.
She's a good speaker though too, man. That voice, dude, like just dictating.
I love it. Iconic, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. GLaDOS for Ryan to start this off as the CEO, man. All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. CEO GLaDOS there. All right. It's my turn. Now I am torn here, guys. I have 2 guys that I am like, man, like these are both like really good options for a CEO, but I think one of them. All right. I'm gonna guys. All right. Listen, I may not be a huge fan of this game. All right. This game is not my style of game, but my wife loved this game. And if there's one name that I have heard people talk about their business acumen, their ability to pick up and go to an island and start a shop and have employees and know how to make money and run this business, I'm taking Tom Nook, boys, from Animal Crossing, one of the best business leaders in any game ever. You love him, you hate him, but this man thing, raccoon tanuki, I think is actually the term for it, absolutely knows how to run a business, and that's who I want heading up my company.
First
That's
snipe.
an excellent pick. That's an excellent pick.
Nook was going to be my accountant, so that was the first snipe
not
off
no
the
more,
board already.
buddy.
Not no more.
That is a really good pick. Yeah, he can actually run a business.
Yeah, we're gonna check this one.
Not only that, but he ran a very strong business through COVID when
It's like, he knew how to capitalize on that, man. Where a lot of businesses were going out of business, Tom Nook's just swimming in the cash. So,
oh man.
I was hoping I sniped that. John started nodding, and I was like, please tell me that was my first pick. I think
I'm pretty safe. I think I'm pretty safe with my CEO and my accountant. I'm a little worried about my GM, but my workers I'm most worried about.
Oh, I'm not worried about my workers. I don't think you guys are going to think the way I'm thinking when it comes to the workers. So, John, it is your pick, buddy. What do you got?
Well, so as the most experienced businessman on this call, unlike Ryan, who wants to start building a building from the top, which makes no sense at all, I'm going to start with the foundation and start with the critical people who are actually performing the work.
They don't matter.
Right.
And so what
I'm just thinking Ryan drafted GLaDOS to run a company. This company's the shadiest, most seedy company ever, man.
To be fair, GLaDOS was for sure somebody I considered in a leadership role
she
for
was
this
on my
company.
list.
Yeah, she was on my list too. But when I'm thinking of somebody that I want to actually be doing the day-to-day work, what I need is somebody who's going to be capable, who's adaptable, who doesn't need to have their hand held, who's loyal and purpose-driven, and also isn't necessarily like a leader. You don't want people in those positions who are going to be like competing for your own leadership. So my pick for my first worker is Link.
Yeah, he's quiet too, man. You know, you might get a complaint or two about like, hey guys, that weird dude's making noises again and it's kind of distracting to people. But you don't ever have to worry about him like, just gabbing up a storm and taking away from productivity and stuff. Plus, he's a pretty good cook, man. That counts for team morale.
Yep, exactly. He's entertaining. He can snowboard.
He can't answer the phones though. If if the phone starts ringing,
I don't want him answering the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, Link, how are those TPS reports coming? Huh?
Just nod or shake your head, but
Right.
that's what I want.
All right, so John taking Link as a worker, the first worker off the board. And John, it's right back to you, buddy. You actually get another pick now.
And my second one, I'm so happy it happened in this order because these are the ones I'm worried about. Although it sounds like you guys didn't choose these, at least Link. My second worker is another person who is happy to be in a supporting role. He's diligent. He is somebody who carries a lot of insecurity, but he also perseveres through that insecurity. He goes when things get tough. He's somebody who's often underestimated, but always reliable. And that is my buddy Luigi. Luigi Mario. Yes.
As a worker, huh?
As a worker.
He's a
I don't
good
want
worker,
Mario.
man. I mean,
Mario's a little too headstrong. Luigi is compliant.
I mean, let's be honest. Luigi's also the better worker. Mario gets distracted. He doesn't know what castle the princess is in the first place.
He's got a crush on way too many.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be risen up all the other people at the company. Like, yeah, Luigi's like, look, man, I'm a good worker. I might have my eye on somebody, but he's not gonna get distracted nearly as much. So, all right, so John's starting off with Link and Luigi as his workers. Now this is where I was a little worried, but you didn't take this. And the other spot that I was worried about was accountant. And hearing Ryan say he thought about Tom Nook for the accountant makes me go, I better lock in this accountant role while I can, because this one was hard. Now, an accountant has to be smart. They have to be organized. They have to be good with numbers. I mean, they really need, some people would say like a lot of like computing power, good at calculations, thinking on their feet. I'm taking Cortana, boys, as my accountant. I mean, I don't have to worry about taxes. I don't have to worry about numbers. Cortana's got all that taken care of.
Dude, you sniped me again, back to back. I swear.
Right, I did, Ryan.
It was swapped. Cortana was going to be my accountant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! What the heck? Now I'm like scrambling. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So Cortana was my accountant too, but
Whoa.
I knew somebody was gonna take her, so I pivoted.
Welcome to the strategy in a draft, boys.
I hate this game.
Oh man.
You know what though? I was actually happy to have moved on from her. I think she's a little too sentimental to be a good accountant.
She's like the most supreme AI in the universe, man. What are you talking about?
She is, but I think she also changes her approach based on, like she has a fondness for Master Chief, and I think that she doesn't make the most objective decisions because of that. Again, yes, supreme AI, but she's got a bit too much personality to be really good.
All I need is her to crunch numbers and keep the IRS.
Yeah, well,
you're gonna
when she gets a little too close to some workers, you're gonna have to call HR. That's what you're gonna have to worry about.
It's an excellent choice, and one of my biggest game crushes of all time
dude.
too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to say there might be other reasons too. This is strictly professional, boys. It's she can hang out in my office. She doesn't need a lot of space. So. All right, Ryan. Well, now that you have been double sniped, you do get back-to-back picks. Now, is this where the tilting and the scrambling starts?
A little bit, but I got a good one here lined up. So I'm gonna do my manager next, since you just stole my accountant and I'm scrambling. I'm gonna get somebody who is like a natural, skilled leader. Very strong, determined, good decision-making skills. I am going with Commander Shepard.
Dang it!
Mass Effect.
Oh, good one.
Okay, you took my next pick, right?
Yeah, snipe.
So one snipe deserves another. That was absolutely going to be my next pick, man. If he was there, Commander Shepard. He's who else would you want managing all these people? This man can bring the universe together. And to fight the Reapers, it's like this dude knows how to manage people.
Yeah, they'll get him in line.
It's a good choice.
That is a good choice. Darn it, Ryan. I was hoping you'd kind of scramble a little bit there. So.
I am. That one wasn't scrambling. I'm scrambling for the rest, yeah. So the next one I'm going to go with is a worker. You want somebody that, I'm not like John. I just don't want slave people that are dumb and can't talk. So I want someone who's intelligent and just willing to just do anything to get the job done. I'm going with Mr. Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
As a worker?
As a worker.
Oh, poor Gordon got demoted, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that poor guy's really fallen.
Everybody has an equal share at this company.
They're all
equally important.
He is extremely versatile and can certainly overcome adversity. It's a good pick.
Whatever we throw at him.
I thought Gordon was going to get picked somewhere. I was wondering if he would fit the role of accountant because he's wicked smart.
Yeah.
A worker, what better option for a worker, honestly? I feel bad for Gordon that he's just down at that low, low end of the ladder.
You don't know what kind of company we're running, man.
But
who knows if GLaDOS is going to put us in some crazy situations.
He could be a CEO for that matter. This man could. He's a little bit more of a solo guy, though. I don't know that he'd be the best at running an entire company.
Probably not.
Yeah, so
he'll get his shot.
Yep.
Oh man. All right, that's a good one. All right. So it's back to me again. Now the question is, do I go with my manager or do I start with my workers here? I don't think you did snipe my manager. I'm actually low on my manager count here. Okay, I'm picking my manager. I don't worry about you guys sniping my workers on this one. So I'm building this company from the top, like John said. All right. Here's the thing, guys. I've got the world's smartest AI. I've got Tom Nook, who is just, show me the money, knows how to get it. But, sometimes you might need to do things just a little not by the book. Companies need a little bit of flexibility here and there to kind of be look, guys, we have this opportunity in front of us. It's not necessarily kosher, but it's a really good opportunity. And I need somebody that can think through that, man. I need a guy that can put a plan together. And maybe think about every detail. John's, it's not Dutch, don't worry. They can think of every detail needed to run an operation. I am taking Lester from Grand Theft Auto 5. If this man can put heists together and he can motivate that crew to do what they do, I need this man managing my people, putting these action plans together. A performance review. He'd be able to say, "Hey, man, you didn't turn off that security system when you were robbing the bank. Trying to acquire more liquid capital." I don't know if that's the right term or not. John's squinting now, like that's not what that's called. So I'm taking Lester Crest from Grand Theft Auto 5 as my manager.
You have an interesting company, man.
Well, yeah, we've got so much flexibility on what we can do now. As long as
true.
And like I said, Cortana gonna keep the IRS off of us, man. If I need to launder a little bit of money, so be it. Lester knows how to do that.
Oh gosh.
All right. Oh man, that's my wild card one right there.
Yeah.
Maybe until I get to my workers. But. All right, John.
Do I get to go twice?
You get to go twice now.
I'm building my company from the ground up. So when I think about, I've got two very capable workers, right? Two very capable frontline workers who are dynamic and they can do a lot of stuff. So now what I really want out of a manager is I want somebody who can both lead and follow. Somebody who leads from the front, commands respect, but is also loyal and tactical. And when I think about somebody who is your perfect frontline leader, I can think of nobody better than my boy Captain America to lead this team from the front. He's going to be leading my day-to-day, and I think with him, Link, and Luigi, I've got a solid core team there.
Okay, so is he your CEO or is he your manager?
No, he is my manager.
He's your
I
manager.
got an altogether different plan for my CEO. Yep.
Okay.
Because nobody picked my CEO.
Cap knows how to motivate people, man. He really does. He was He was on my master list of like characters that I thought might fit a role well. I just feel the only downside, because I have to slander picks here because I want to win this thing.
Sure.
My only downside is like Cap's enthusiasm and the way that he talks to people could get a little annoying sometimes. Like he's such a goody-goody.
Oh, Cap's coming again.
Where he's like, guys, for profit! As he's charging, he's like, follow me to the lunchroom, guys. We've got 15 minutes on our break. And then everybody's like, oh, there goes Cap again, sucking up to the CEO.
Do we still got to do this, Cap?
I can do this
so all day.
This is the thing you guys didn't consider is that like not every worker is going to work in every culture.
It's true.
But Cap leading Luigi and Link makes sense. That company culture makes sense. Link and Luigi would want that kind of leader, especially given who my CEO is. You need somebody who's going to be able to take somewhat difficult information and be able to still inspire the troops with it. And anyways, there's my reasoning. I mean, if you got a guy like Lester, bro, like that's think about who's gonna work for that guy.
We don't slander Lester around here, John.
Hey, though, what's gonna happen if he disagrees with your CEO? Because look what him and Iron Man went into when he got upset.
Civil War.
Yeah, that's why Iron Man's not on my team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my next pick for my accountant is somebody. I like the way you guys were thinking with like GLaDOS, right? Like in my opinion, or Cortana for that matter, in that role, you want somebody who is going to be extremely detail oriented, is going to have basically infallible grasp of the numbers and accounting, but who's also going to stand by them and who is going to defend them, because honestly, companies should live and die by their financial statements. Whatever somebody's hunch is about something doesn't matter. The numbers are infallible. And so I needed somebody who is going to be both disciplined and detail oriented, but also ruthlessly efficient and defensive of it. And there's also other reasons, but
Squirrel Girl.
I'm going with 2B from Nier Automata.
That's actually a great pick for an accountant, man. Great.
There's a lot of great reasons to have her around.
Dang it. You want to trade? You want to trade Cortana for?
Man, sure.
No,
that's a win-win.
That's a win-win,
I
yeah.
guess 2B because she is an android. Like she's gonna be able to do the numbers and stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. She is exacting. She operates with extreme precision. She is a stickler for protocol. She is even, I don't know if you guys actually played through that game, but even when there's a part of her who is questioning whether or not her loyalty is founded, she's like, I have to do, this is my mission. This is what I do. It's almost like there wasn't a second thought. This is what I was programmed to do. This is what I do. I'm reliable. And I am efficient and I produce results. And that is the kind of accountant I want on my team.
Yeah. The only can she see the monitor with the blindfold on though? Like
she doesn't need to, buddy.
Really? Like she doesn't need to see the numbers that she's typing in. And
she's got Neo Matrix vision, bro.
Oh, is that it? I didn't know if that worked like it works in the real world, but like what that looks like if you're looking at like a computer screen. Yeah.
No, see, this is the thing. Like, if somebody's questioning her numbers and you get the eyes, you're in trouble, bro.
Yep.
She lifts up the blindfold to get out of Dodge.
She uses dark mode 100% of the time. Okay, 2B is an accountant. Man, wow, I feel like that's a good pick, John. Okay, I am down to my workers. Now, this is where I have a lot of choices for my workers here. This is actually the biggest list that I have. I only had one other CEO. We'll do some honorable mentions and stuff and kind of talk about what's on our list that didn't get picked. But I mean, when it comes to a worker, I need somebody that's not going to let anything hold them back. I want somebody that's like, hey, they wake up, they're not feeling great, they're still coming to work. Right? They are dedicated, they are adaptable. They're willing to just do whatever it takes to get the job done. And hey, if hell is breaking out on a space station and they're still willing to just do their job, that's the kind of worker I want. I am taking Isaac Clarke from Dead Space as my worker. This man does it all. He's not going to stop. Nothing's going to hold him back. If this guy can handle what he handled in that game, he'll easily be able to handle whatever we throw at him as far as work goes. And let's be honest, his suit looks cool as anything too, man. So it's like, that's just motivation around the office too. So Isaac Clarke for me is my first worker.
That's a great pick, man. I got to give it to you. That's a great, I mean, he is like a quintessential worker too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if he's working through that. Yeah.
And he can fix things. He can he can go from one office to the other because the man's used to walking around everywhere. Puts out fires, knows how to open doors. I mean, this man does it all.
Yep. Yep. That's a great pick. I can't find fault with it.
All right, Ryan. These are your last two picks, buddy. You get back to back, but then your draft is over.
It is. So I'm going to go with someone who I've personally had for my other worker experience with as a worker. Solid track record, always on the job, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I roll up, get my money. They're always telling me when they need more product.
Oh,
I'm going with the one, the only Benji Coleman, my dealer from Schedule 1. This dude is the most reputable, dependable guy, and he's not going to give you no back talk. He's just like, what do you need, boss? I'll take care of you. Boom.
Takes his 20%, and that's it, man.
Yeah,
that's
give him a good signing bonus.
20% cut.
Give him 20 and he's good to go.
I guess he does want his signing bonus, too. That's true. Dude, Benji is such a good pick, Ryan. I did not even think of that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Benji.
I agree.
Probably not asking for benefits either. Like, he's not used to that. Just
Benji lives
man.
Benji lives in a weekly motel.
I know. All he wants is cash and company perks.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We'll get him some perks.
Oh, man. That's such a good choice, Ryan. Dang it. Oh. All right. You got one worker left, Ryan. Oh, no. Wait. You already picked a worker.
I picked my worker. I got my accountant is all I have left. So I had to scramble a little bit, but I am excited with this one because when you got somebody you want, I think we can all agree that my company may not be the most on board, up to par legal endeavor. So I'm going to go with somebody who may be able to swindle their way, talk their way out of things. Good with wheeling and dealing. I'm going with the one, the only Victor Sullivan from Uncharted.
Victor Sullivan?
Yeah,
As
Sully.
your accountant? Is he
Yes.
good with
As your
numbers?
accountant?
Yeah.
No, he's
Oh,
not.
dude,
This
he's
is
gonna-
a terrible choice.
He's going to cook the books. No, he's going to cook the books.
He's going to embezzle.
You may be right about that. We're going to make so much money it won't even
Glado's
matter.
got this thing on the side. Everybody's like, dude, the stocks are down. Productivity's not happening. Like, this company's making millions, but where's it going?
They disappeared to the islands.
Yeah. Left everybody else just holding the bag.
Sully, he's always there for Drake, no matter what. So he's going to be there for me.
I don't know. I'll be honest. Okay. I haven't played, these games. I don't.
If you played, you would.
I know who Victor Sullivan is. I have zero clue if it feels
Dude,
like
you've
he
never
would make
played
it.
Uncharted?
No.
I know.
No.
I'm
What?
just saying there
I
has
know.
been conversation about I need to play these games. If for instance somebody went legendary and wanted to make me play a game,
Call to action there, guys.
No,
Yeah.
Uncharted, please, no.
2 or 4.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Pyro and Ali, man.
Yeah.
If you guys are Uncharted fans, now's your opportunity.
Elden
Yeah.
Ring. We're just throwing games at each other now. Like, just seeing what'll stick. So anyway, I have no idea. I feel like this is a bad pick, Ryan, but only because, again, I want to win and I don't want you to win. So,
Well, as you can tell, it was a scramble, but yeah, I like Sully.
Your original pick was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's not so good.
I have one more worker, and I have this big list of people, man. I don't want to spoil anything because, wait, John, you've got both your workers, right? Yeah.
All I have left is my CEO, and I'm so stoked for it.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't want to give John any ideas. I am torn between 2 picks right here. Well, actually 3 picks now. I'm going to go with the one that I know a little bit more about because, to be fair, one of these picks I don't really know much about other than it's like, dude, he probably is a really good worker from what I see in like some of the game trailers and gameplay and stuff, but I don't know. So I'm going to go with the person that I do know. And, to go along with Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, I want somebody that is absolutely dedicated to the job. Somebody that can work with other people because, let's be honest, it's a team environment. We need somebody that can work with people. I want somebody that can work with the most difficult, out there character in a video game. Somebody that can still stay on task and focus while this guy's talking to doors and trying to retrieve his shoes or a tie from a ceiling fan. I'm taking my boy Kim Kitsuragi from Disco Elysium because I cannot think of a more loyal, hardworking, honest person that I want working for my company than Kim Kitsuragi, man.
That's a solid pick. That's a good worker.
And he's
I don't know
soft-spoken
anything
too,
about
so
the
he's
game.
pleasant to
Yeah.
be around.
Yeah.
Like he can deal
Oh,
with
that's right. You
Kuno.
haven't played Disco, have you?
Oh, John.
I haven't played it. I know very little about it other than
Legendary
you guys. You guys should
There
have.
you go. Yeah,
You
get
guys
them
should have
too, not
stock
me.
in it. Yeah.
John, I feel like you would love Disco Elysium.
He
dude.
probably would, yeah.
I feel like it would blow your mind, like legitimately.
Yeah, maybe I'll once I get done laboring through what is not, a midnight walk, which isn't doing it for me right now, but I feel honor bound to do it.
You never
maybe
know.
that'll
Might
be
change
next.
your mind. All right.
Yeah.
John, it is your very last
here we go.
pick. It is the person who John wants to be the CEO of his company. I am very curious on this one, man.
So, I'm actually not sure how familiar you guys are with this character, but I'm willing to bet you're somewhat familiar. So, when I'm thinking of somebody who I want to be a CEO, I have to think about somebody who is a strategist, who makes data-driven decisions, who maintains calmness under pressure, who respects talent and like competition, but also is ultimately so confident in their own capabilities that any challenge would be mowed down. Somebody who's disciplined and ruthlessly efficient. and my choice for CEO is Grand Admiral Thrawn.
What
You guys
game
know who
was
that
he
is?
in?
Lego Star Wars.
Ah, what? You picking a Lego Star Wars?
It counts. It counts. It
It
counts.
does. I mean, it does count, but
Just to be fair, my original choice was going to be Tywin Lannister, but he actually wasn't in the Telltale games, the Game of Thrones games. So I went with Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Okay,
And it
I mean,
counts.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is absolutely who you want leading
Yeah.
a company. But the
You should
Lego,
be the-
it's specifically the Lego one, and he doesn't have a brain. So
He was in a couple of the others, but that's
He's gonna
the mo-
waddle
that's the most
around
right?
and pointing up at
He-
everybody.
I think he's like a Fortnite skin too, if that counts
Oh,
or something.
man.
But
okay, I mean, I love the Star Wars pick. I'm here
Yeah.
for Star Wars characters, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let me give the rundown of these teams then. All right. So, I'm just going to go in order that we, okay. So, Ryan has GLaDOS as his CEO, Commander Shepard as his manager. He's got Gordon Freeman as a lowly worker. Poor Gordon, man. That's the one I'm having a hard time swallowing.
You don't know
on
what
that one,
company
man.
we even have.
I'm just saying, this poor Gordon, man, after everything this man's done for the world, he's just making minimum wage at a company run by GLaDOS of all
why's he got to be making
Yeah.
minimum wage, man?
Because GLaDOS is the CEO. You think she's
Oh,
going
right.
to be giving benefits to people?
This is a terrible company. I don't know what to say.
But are we profitable? That's all that matters.
Wait, now I
Yeah.
as much as I'm slandering Gordon Freeman being a worker, this might be my favorite pick in the draft. Our boy Benji as the worker on Ryan, and then Victor Sullivan. Well, Ryan, you almost ended on a great note with Benji, but
I would have rather Cortana like I
Yeah.
planned.
All right, and then I have Tom Nook as my CEO. I've got Cortana as my accountant. I've got Lester Crest from Grand Theft Auto 5. That's a weird one, man. As my manager. I've got Isaac Clarke and Kim Kitsuragi as my very dedicated, honorable, hardworking workers. And then John has Link and Luigi as his workers. That is an odd pair of workers right there. But you know what? I got to give you credit. They will get the job done, dude. They will absolutely get the job done.
They will get the job done and not talk back.
That's very true. You're going to have some weird noises going on around
That's
the
fine.
workplace.
That's fine. That's fine.
Captain America as his manager. That's a good one, dude.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. And then he's got 2B as the accountant. That's a great pick, by the way. I mean, 2B can be a great pick in just about anything, if you ask me.
Oh, totally.
And then Grand Admiral Thrawn off the wall out of left field. I didn't even know what game this guy was in, but Lego Star Wars it is, as the CEO of the company. So now let me just get this straight. So just to be clear, your company is evil because Grand Admiral Thrawn is,
See, here's the thing. I think I like if you were to put them on like a
guys.
The villains always think they're the good guys. That's the best villain.
evil is perspective.
These people would just quit rebelling. Everything would be great, man. If the Jedi would just go away, then things would be awesome.
I think if Grand Admiral Thrawn were running the Empire, it would be a much different, better organization.
Versus Emperor Palpatine?
Yes.
I can't argue with you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, Grand Admiral Thrawn's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty solid.
As far like he would, if you were like building a D&D character sheet, he would be like lawful evil, I guess. But there's a lot of characters in fandom that fall into that lawful evil thing where I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, like they'd be like, I don't agree with all of their decisions, but like 90% of their decisions, the big lift decisions, would like really benefit everybody. It's like Tywin Lannister is one of those. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We can go do a Game of Thrones episode some other time. But anyway.
I read the books. I know who
by
Tywin is. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, man. Lawful evil, they think about their decisions, man. I mean, they really do. They ponder it. They're smart. They just,
Things that feel evil, a lot of exactly. It's a hard choice. Yeah.
What is evil?
Wait,
like,
quit
is the
boosting
Empire
up his
really
company.
bad?
Stop boosting his picks. What are you
I'm
doing?
just saying, but like, the Empire's just trying to bring peace and order to the galaxy, guys.
Yeah.
You know, and this pitiful rebellion rising up and causing all kinds of strife and
That's-
blowing up buildings and Death Stars and all this other stuff, man. Like, yeah.
Thanks. So I have your endorsement.
No.
You want to buy
that
stock?
team is terrible. All right. Well, real quick. Let's go through some honorable mentions or other people that might be on y'all's list. I had Morden Solis and Gaius from Mass Effect. I honestly both would be really good workers, CEOs even, but they're just a little too nerdy. I don't know that I need that caliber of person in just a worker role. I'd never do that to these genius people and put them in a worker role. I had Sam Bridges as my other worker from Death Stranding. That's the one that I said, hey, I'm not sure. I don't really know a whole lot about this guy, but it seems like he works really hard and he's willing to walk across alien landscapes to deliver packages. So I feel like he'd be a good worker. And that is it for my honorable mentions. Ryan, did you have any on your list?
I had Snake as CEO.
I figured you'd have Snake on your list somewhere. Just wondering where to plug him in at.
And then you freaking double sniped me.
Yeah,
you
good.
Jerk.
John, what about you? Did you have any other possible candidates?
Yeah, I did. I had Master Chief as an alternate for general manager or manager or whatever for the same, basically the same exact reasons as Captain America. I had Yuna from Final Fantasy as a potential CEO for basically the exact opposite reason, just the positive side for Grand Admiral Thrawn. You know, it's positive, selfless sort of leadership. I had a couple of the ones that you guys had discussed, but I also had Clank from Ratchet and Clank as an accountant. And gosh,
Arthur Morgan would have been a good worker.
I also had Lune from Expedition 33, best game ever. I had her as a potential worker just because she's extremely versatile.
Yeah.
That's why.
So I did have one other, my CEO. I told you I was torn between two guys, and I just felt like this
it
was
would be good to work at my company, by the way.
Yeah. Two on the nose, but my other option for CEO was Batman. Because it's Bruce Wayne. He literally is the CEO / owner of the company, but
he doesn't do anything with the company,
that's
though.
the issue. I was like, I think he's just going to be...
Is he the CEO?
He's the owner. I mean...
He's the majority shareholder.
They do have
he had a board and everything.
Yeah. So
he made Fox the CEO, right?
I think he did. Yeah.
So
I can make him the CEO if I wanted to.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, Batman / Bruce Wayne was my other choice for possible CEO. But then I was like, I don't know, man. He might just be, Bruce Wayne's kind of a playboy. He's just out partying and,
He's going to sleep all day.
Yeah, man.
Just be out all night.
Crime. I need you here, man. I need you looking at these reports and these
One other honorable mention for worker is Paul's Rust character.
Oh, my goodness. Hardest farmer in Rust.
Hardest farmer in Rust.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that is it for this draft. We're going to let the listeners decide. Listen, if there was somebody that we absolutely whiffed on, if there's somebody that we should have taken and just did not, come let us know about it. Our Discord server is amazing. We say this all the time, and there's a reason we say it all the time. Look, we know that everybody in the world has a Discord server. I've been there. I've hopped in. I'm like, oh, man, these guys have a Discord. I hop in. There's 8 people in the server, and nobody's talking. And then you're like, okay, well, now I got to leave, and this seems awkward because I don't know what to do. I promise you our Discord is not like that. It is super active. We have the best gaming community on the planet. We have people join every single day that then go, oh my gosh, you guys were right. I'm so glad I found this place. So, come join us, come hang out with us, chat video games, lurk if you want, and just see the game recommendations and the game chatter and stuff like that. But it is awesome. It is family friendly. It is a fantastic place with zero toxicity, zero judgment, just a bunch of gamers hanging out together. The link is in the episode description for that. If that sounds good to you, then you're the kind of person we would love to have. Again, if you want to be like one of the 6 amazing people that we thanked at the beginning of this episode, there is a link in the episode description where you can also support the show. And hey, if you just found us and you're joining us for the first time, number one, thank you. We're glad you're here, but make sure you click that follow button or that plus button so that you get all of our episodes the day that they release. That's in your podcast app, so make sure you follow us as well. So, guys, who's got the best team?
Me.
John's
got the hottest team. I got the best team.
John just shrugs. He's like, dude, it's me. All right.
I am absolutely the most volatile team.
I have America's butt and Tubi on my team.
True.
That's pretty hard
John's
to beat.
team is probably the most attractive team on there. I don't know. Luigi might be bringing that down a little bit, but hey,
it's true.
We're gonna let the listeners decide. We will post these lists on social media after this episode airs, but come let us know what you think.
Wait, what does the winner get?
Bragging rights, glory, and honor,
and a steak.
And a steak.
Yeah, all right, steak. Yeah.
There you go.
Steak, boys. All right, that's it for this episode, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, happy gaming.
See ya.
Toodles.